Ryan here, and in today's video I want to talk to you about decision tax. So you might be thinking, what are you talking about, decision tax? Well, for those of you in ownership, leadership, and sales, decisions are everything. And when you're out there selling or you're out there trying to move your business along, decisions on the other side with your prospects or current clients are everything. They make or break where you are going and where you're hoping to, move in the direction you're setting out to go. So, and then when you have a slow decision maker, it really puts pressure on you. Perhaps it could put a lot of pressure on you and cost you a lot of money. What I want to talk about is how much decision tax you can afford and how much you can't, and what that really means. So decision tax is this. I find that when I am making decisions quickly in my life, and it is within my budget, it solves a long-term problem, and I make the decision and I go, that I attract that same kind of behavior with my clients. I used to not really know what my priorities were as much. I didn't have as much clarity. I would make decisions if it was a little bit more short-term satisfaction versus long-term, and didn't decide if it was essential or an unessential item. And what I found was that whenever I had too many pending decisions in my head, whenever someone would tell me to think it over, whenever I was pitching them, I would completely just say sure. I would empathize with them. I would understand, because of course, why not? Like, I do the same thing. So if I base completely based on price, if I buy completely based on lowest bid, if I buy completely based on trying to screw somebody out on something, then guess what? I found that I was attracting the same type of clients. But when I began making that change and started never having a bill that was left unpaid, pay it right away, I became the client that everybody else wanted to have, right? Like, I became the client that I wanted to have. I want clients to pay me right away. I want them to pay me what I want and know my value and be happy, right? So I became that client. I started paying everybody right away. Literally, like, I try to challenge myself. When someone sends me an invoice, I try to just pay it immediately. And on the other end, they love that. But then I don't have a pending thing in my head. There's very little pending items anymore. And because I want to attract that same behavior with my clients. It drives me nuts. Not because I'm aggressive or any of that. It drives me nuts when prospects don't make decisions. Because I know that if they're not making a decision with me, they're not making a decision with a lot of things. And that they have a huge cloud over their head. And they have so much that's slowing them down, and they're paying a tax on that. So what I mean by that is, the more decisions you have, the more pending decisions and looming clouds of darkness over your head, fogging your brain and slowing you down, you are essentially going to pay for that on the backside with how your prospects and clients behave with you. You're going to get slow decisions. You're going to tolerate slow decisions and empathize with it. And it's nonsense when people think that, they could beat everybody else up on price, screw all their vendors, try to be aggressive with how they buy to others, and be really slow and not give people clear answers and give everybody think it overs and not give timelines. And then when they go into sell, they expect that, all their clients to treat them the same way. And I wish it did work like that, but it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. You have to be who you want to attract. And I tell you that the better and better my organizations that I work with are, the faster they make decisions, the more they're based on relationship, not necessarily price. They know value. And so I know that if they're doing that with me, that they're attracting that in their life. The ones that are so dang busy they don't even know what the next half day looks like. They can't schedule, they're not organized, they don't know what they want, they don't have priorities. They said they like what I'm doing, they said they would give me a decision on Friday, and then I call them on our scheduled time and they don't pick up. Those are the people unfortunately, that probably not a good fit because they're not going to change or grow. But the ones that are giving me their yes and giving me their no, those people do well because in sales, because you're attracting the same decisions that you are giving, and you're going to pay a tax on that. So if you want to shorten your selling cycle, you want to get more direction, you want to have less fog and junk in your pipeline, then you need to make decisions a lot more decisively, assertively. Is it solving a long-term problem? Is there upside long-term? Right? Yes or no? Is it within my budget right now? Can I afford it right now? Yes or no? And does this person line up with who I am, right? Or does this person line up with what we're trying to accomplish? And basically, you have a couple of questions, and you give that person a yes or the no. Don't be non-decisive on that, and then have that on them, and then they're following up with it. Just make the decision. And so it drives me nuts when people don't make decisions with me. Not because I'm aggressive. No, it's just I know that if they're not making a decision with me, they're not making a decision with a lot of things in their life. And I want them to succeed. I want them to be more clear-minded. I want them to know what they want, get what they want, and I want them to crush it, right? That's my desire. And I know that decision making is everything. You have the decision fatigue factor, and the less decisions you have to make, like what clothes am I going to wear today? What am I going to eat today? What am I going to do today? If all of those things are routinely designed, and that's another topic, but if you have these things in order, you are a much better decision maker. And when you're a much better decision maker, you are a way better salesperson. Way better. You move the ball down the field way better because you have a sense of direction. You do not tolerate think it overs. You want to know why somebody needs to think it over. You get to the root reason, and you either have the solution or you don't, and it makes sense or not. Because when you have a pipeline that's full of clarity and not a full of bunch of think it overs, you're going to know what to do. Boom, boom, boom. Next, prospect here, relationship here, referral here, go to this thing, go to that thing. And you have a complete different type of authority and grip around your life and around your sales. And that's going to attract the same feeling on your side with you. So decision tax, you're going to pay it, right? You're going to pay a lot or a little. If you want to pay a little of decision tax, make quick decisions, clear your vendors, get it done. Get rid of the noise, block out the mess, block out the stuff that's pending in your mind, that's looming a dark cloud. And then watch what happens with your sales. You're going to boom, 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 start hitting deals and start getting decisions because that's what you're attracting because you're behaving that way. So anyway, go out there and clean your taxes up. Go make your decisions, go clean it up and watch what happens. And I guarantee you're going to make more sales if you make your decisions more clearly. And if it's not in business and you're a salesperson and you only have authority over some things personally, manage your personal day and your personal finances and your personal lifestyle very decisively. And to make it easy, plan it out. You plan it out, you make a plan, you have goals, and you just put it in your schedule, and you don't have to think, you just show up and execute. Therefore your brain has a lot more freedom. So hope this is a good video for you, and like, share, comment. Go out there and make some great decisions. Be decisive. Don't think it over, and watch what happens. Cheers.